All right, welcome to D.L. Kramer's Custom Cars and Anything. Well, today we're putting a show bar in. I'm going to call it a show bar. It's 1.5" Dom tubing, 125 wall. So it'll hold a lot, but anything under, what is it, NHRA, I think it's 1149 or faster, you got to run a roll bar. And this one won't pass because they want 1 5/8" or greater, you know. So this won't pass, but it's Dom tubing. I can't throw it away. And this car is not going to be sitting there drag racing. It could be that fast when it's done. It could be. But I don't know that for sure. But so what I did already is I bent up a hoop, you know. I didn't show that, unfortunately, but, I bent up a hoop and so... And plus, it's going to even be bolted in. So if a guy don't like it, he can take it out, The only thing, there'll be 3 holes on each side. Yeah, plus the plates have to be 6 inches by 6 inches, and they got to be at least 1/8 inch metal or greater. These are 4 by 4 inches by 1/4 inch. So I don't even know if that would pass either, for a roll bar. So and then I'm gonna run 2 bars back here, And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run them. Let's see here. I gotta grab this thing right. And I'm gonna run them through. Chances are they're gonna have a little bend in them, and they're gonna come down, and they're just gonna go through this package tree, like on the edges, 1 bar here and 1 over there. Then it's gonna go through that, and then on the floor here, where you see those carriage bolts, those are the gas tank straps that hold the fuel cell in from underneath. But I put 3 by 3, and I think it's quarter. I believe it's quarter. It might be 3/16 angle iron. I welded in between the frame rails. I welded that all to the floor and to the frame and stuff, And those plates, I want them to bolt to that, So like I say, I mean, this thing will work out on the road if you would roll this thing over, because I'm thinking with the new roof on it, I welded the structure as best I could inside here on each side, So when I replaced the roof, and this roll bar would not pass tech at NHRA drag racing events at all, but it would probably work good on the street. It just gives you a little bit of extra, oomph in case you'd roll this thing. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna call it a show bar. It's still a roll bar, but I'm gonna call it a show bar because some people might say, well, why aren't you taking the time and making sure it would pass NHRA? Well, this Dom tubing they will give away. And I don't want to, I bent up that hoop, using my bender here. I made this bender, but I got the dies from Affordable Bender. The guy on YouTube made one. I kind of copied him, but I made it a little different than his, and it works beautiful. So, anyway, but yeah, this is Dom tubing. I don't know if you can see it. There's no seam. I got this one piece of black gas pipe. I might use that for like a X brace or something, or I'm not sure. Like I say, it'll work. I'm not using like water pipe. It's Dom tubing, drawn on mandrel. So the thing is, it's going to be there, but it's not there. It's not legal for NHRA racing, but it's good for me. Okay, this is my car. Okay, and it's a show bar. That's what it's going to be called. It's a show bar. And like I say, it will work. I just keep repeating myself, don't I? So what I want to do now is I'm going to build. What did I do with my flashlight now? What's back here shining? See, this Duster's got that fold down rear seat in it. So I'm going to keep the bars out as much as I can, but it looks like that's not going to be feasible, maybe. I don't know. So what I want to do is I want to run bars now down, and then they're going to have a little curve in them. I'll bend them up with the bender. They'll go through that package tray. So that way I can use the rear seats yet, and people still can sit back here. And it'll actually protect, if you got passengers in here, it might protect them, if something happens, Better than nothing, right? Still is better than nothing, I think. It may not be right, but at least it's turned out really good, it's everything straight and good. And so I just got this all tacked together down here on each side right now. But, so I might take the show bar out here, the hoop, and then weld those plates on and then bolt it back in again. Because then you got to do the top here. So hard to film, but anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm marking the dom tubing. What I like to do, let's put that down. What I like to do here is I make a stripe all the way down the side of the tubing. And what that does is it gives me a guide for my bending, in the bender, so I can keep it straight when I bend it. You bend it, but it's straight. It's not like this, or, it's a straight bend then. You just follow the line. So, if you understand what I'm saying. But let's make that mark. I got to set this down. Okay, so anyway, I took that red magic marker and I traced along this level, and I got it clamped to the table. And now I roll this over and I can see that line, So anyway, it goes all the way down. So anyway, so let's do the other one. And then now when I bend this, I can bend it, straight. So I like that guideline. I just do. It seems to help out, So let's do the other one quick. Okay, so there's my stringers. Got them both marked. That first one I could have marked a little better, I think, but yeah, it's still good enough, So anyway, now what we're gonna do next is I might think I might. Oh God, I tell you, how am I gonna do all this? I got to figure this out. Now, what I want to do is I want to run strings from where I'm gonna put the roll bar. Let's see. I might have to get a decent light in this car here. I want to get now from. I want to have them as far as I can here. So I'm gonna probably put them right where it starts to curve, but I'm gonna run them straight back and straight to the package tray. So what I want to do is I want to tie a string on there, and then I want to point it towards the package tray there, so that way I can go to work, and then I'll drill my holes through at the top of that tray. You see, I want to make sure that I bend them and put them through that tray, because that way I can use my rear seat, and my rear seat will still maybe fold down. I don't know if these bars are going to be too far. They're probably going to be too far back already. But I got to have them back because I'm such a tall guy. I can't take that bar and move it forward. Because I think the seat, when it comes down, it might only go down a little ways and hit that bar. I don't know. But I can't move these forward, otherwise I can't drive my car. So I got to have the bar back enough, and if the seat don't fold down all the way, well, then so be it. Because I got to kind of find that happy medium where everything works. Because I'm going to be probably I might even get those bucket seat extensions from year one that go back, but I can make my own too. But when you mount the bucket seat in, it just mounts it back further. I had to do that with the Challenger even, hey. And that's a big car. So let's see. I'm gonna get a better light in here, I think, and then I gotta get in the car, and then I gotta run some strings and stuff, and measure stuff out and all that. So what I'll do is I'll explain what I did here in a minute. Okay? See you soon. Alright, so now if this all lets me do this, I wonder if I could get you guys up a little higher here. I need a new camera tripod. This plastic one broke again. So here's my tubing notcher. Okay? So what we're going to do now is I'll show you why I did those lines. Now you understand. So now I'm using an 1 3/4 inch steel because I don't have an 1.5 inch. But now that line's going to act like a guide. Okay? So the line, let's see, would be wider. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have this straight up. Okay? So let's tighten this up a little bit. Hope this thing can hold it all. I'm asking a lot out of those couple bolts. So now I want that line straight up. Oop, there we go. Let's go a little bit this way, a little bit. Okay. So now the line is perpendicular. Now what will happen later is now the sides of this pipe is going to be cut out, and I'm taking too much out, okay, but that's fine. I can nip off the longer ends a little bit to make it fit better. And then, but the line later on will guide me at my bending point. I do have an 1.5 inch hole saw, but unfortunately, it does not fit this. So anyway, then I got a 3/4 inch drill here at the end. I don't know if you can see that. So now let's get some safety glasses on because those chips fly everywhere. I want to be able to see tomorrow. So always wear your safety, your PPE, your protective personal equipment here. So what we'll do, I could back that up, I suppose, a little bit, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Let's back this up. I think if we since we got 1 3/4 inch, we can go halfway through the die, I think. So let's go halfway through here and halfway through there. Make sure our line is straight up. Okay. God, it looks pretty good, don't it? Because if we back this pipe up this way, it causes the hole to be smaller. So in turn, I still get that effect. If I go past the middle mark, just back a little bit. I think that looks pretty good right about there. Now, is our line straight up and down? Pretty real much so. Let's make sure everything's tight. Oh God, how is this gonna work? Here we go. This is always, it's bent a little too yet. What we want to do is we want to let the saw do the work, just apply a little pressure, just kind of feel it out and see what's going on here. You don't want to jam it on there. Now, if I measure that, since our tubing is 1.5 inches, you divide that number in half, and it should be. Let's. I wish I had a small piece. I don't have nothing really small. I'd test it. So let's see. Let's do this. I should have maybe took more off. I'm starting to think, but maybe not. It's always, you gotta check. Because let's grab a piece. I got a 10, 12-inch long piece here. Let's see how that fits. Actually, that fits pretty good. I would have liked to see it go on there a little bit more than that, though. I'd like to see it go up there a little bit. But you know what, though? Yeah, I should have maybe went a little further. Yeah, I should go halfway. Darn it. I don't know what I should do. If I should leave it where it's at or not. I like to see it go halfway up to. You always want to try to make it to the halfway point of the tubing. But you know what? I think we'll just. Oh God, I can't make up my mind. Let's go a little bit more on it. I want to go a little bit more. My instinct just keeps telling me, just go a little bit more, Dale. So now this is what we'll do. We'll guide that up to there. Make our lines. You know, we still got our guideline now. I like that guideline. You know, that is, to me, one of the most crucial things you should have. Okay, so now, that's enough. Let's try that. That would put it about halfway, maybe a little less than halfway. See, I should have had another guide mark here. I should have took a measurement from the end, because now it's too late. I can't do that. So I have to take a good lucky guess. And the other one, I'm going to make sure it goes halfway. I think we could go just a hair more. I think my instinct is telling me just a little bit more. Oh. Line straight up. Okay. Clampers down. Let's do it. That should be about right. The thing ain't flexing. Okay, that gave me about probably about 1/8 of an inch lap onto this other bar. So let's take this out, and then we'll make another one. The other one we'll just go halfway right away. We ain't gonna mess around. Oh yeah, Yeah, way better. More gooder. Gave me just like 1/8 of an inch more. More is good. Okay, so now there's our tubing notch. Now let's do the other one. So what I'm going to do to make sure they're consistent, I'm going to mark the, let's see, where's the line? Okay, there's that. There's that. I'll take my pen here on the marker. Okay. Now let's take this one. I can go over here. It's nice when you got the tools to work with, you know. It took me a long time, many years, to come up with stuff. Now I put a mark there. Because what I'm going to do, I'll make sure the line is up. Run this way. I'm going to line up the edge of that. With this edge here, not in the center or nothing. I'm watching where this edge is going to come through there to keep it consistent with the other bar. Because I didn't mark the halfway points on both of these, so I messed up, okay? And then we just got to make sure that that's... Okay, now that probably moved it. I should have just did the halfway thing right away and that would have been okay. But I messed up. I'm trying to get an eye. That might be too much, huh? Oh, man. God, it looks close, and then it looks off, and it looks close. Let's just do it. We're all in at this point. Absolutely perfect. Look where that line intersected. Right where I had my line at. That's right where I wanted to be. Oh my Lord, I got lucky, didn't I? I thought I messed up. But next time I'll mark the halfway points, and that won't happen. I just got lucked out here. So, okay, so we got our tubing knots. Now later, when this goes across the roof, I'm going to turn it so the line, I can see it, okay? And then this will get wrapped around the tubing, you know? Like if this was my hoop, you know, that'll get welded right to that now, you know? Some people would drill a hole in here and then shove the tubing inside and all that stuff, but this is the way I like it. If they're using, but then you got to use a bigger size tubing, but I think that'll be a nice fit. So now what do we do now? So now we make a bend, huh? Let's put all this away. We don't need this out. I don't think we need this hole saw out. I'll have to get a hole saw for the package tray. I got an 1 3/4 one sitting there, so I'll use that one. And then, so yeah, let's put this stuff away. All right, so I got the bender out here. I got a 45. I got some bends that I made that I could go by, you know, on when I bend anything up. It's kind of a cheater bend, I call it. Let's see. So what we're gonna do, okay, I got this thing totally backwards. Okay. This thing's heavy, but boy, it works good. Man. So anyway, let's see what's here now. Now I've had this bend and I marked inch increments on there. So down the road, if I ever needed it. And I'm thinking this bend is actually about right what I need. It might have to go a little more intense, but I think we're going to try it a couple times and we're going to see where we're at until we get it right for the car roof. So what I want to do, now this bend is based off the end of it, 1 inch. So I'm going to line it up, you know, like this, and then it'll be to the end of that. I'll show you. So let's grab the pipe. Now this is where the line comes in again. That line I put in the pipe, you know, that's my guideline. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want that straight up. Okay. So now we'll slide this through here, you know, and I'll slide it through that. Make sure it's even, Steven. Okay. And then I'm going to want to make sure my line, that line I put on here, straight up. Okay. So that way it'll put my, out here at the end, my tubing notch will be correct for the bar that goes across. Okay. So my guideline is going to keep that parallel with the tubing notch and with the bend. You know, keep it parallel, not crooked or something or screwed up. So that guideline is what we make sure that's straight. Make sure it's to the end here. Okay, now I gotta get my jack out. My degree finder, I think when I sold my Challenger, it was still stuck underneath the car and magnetic. So they probably drove it home with, unless it flew off somewhere or something. Or they might have found it in there. So I guess finders, keepers, finders, weepers, or whatever you want to call it, I guess. I'm going to put my jack in here quick. I'm not going to video me putting a jack in here. That doesn't need to be done. I don't think anyway. It's just a bottle jack and 8-ton. There we go. I can go over it just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so our line is straight up and down. So we know our tubing knots will be correct. Got this at the end, sticking through just a hair. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to bend this thing. Hopefully this turns out okay. See, we got everything all tight here. I'm doing this up here on the bench because that's the only solid place I can. I like to be doing it on the table outside, or it's only like 5 above or 10 above right now, and so okay. Line's still up. We're starting to bend. Okay. And so the middle mark, I thought I had it marked. I bet I got it marked on the other side. I want the middle mark to be, well, when I made this thing, I put angle iron here on the bottom so I could bolt this to a table, you know. And that's what I like to do, you know. But, oh well. So, once that middle mark touches the middle one on this, if we go to the end, that's a 90. But I want to do the 45 thing. I'm thinking 45 might do it. Yeah, it might have to be about 60 degrees. Kind of looks like a 60 degree now. I should have just took an angle finder to that roof, but okay, where are we at now? Gotta be dang near there. Okay, I think I might have went a little too far, but that's exactly what I'd want. Where is the middle mark here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got 4, 5, and 6. So right here is the middle mark. Okay. The middle mark on a 90 degree would be 45. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so the middle mark is technically right here then. Okay, double check. I'm going to count every line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and a half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. So this is the middle mark right here. Okay. So now 90 or 45 would be right here, right in the middle of this pipe because of the pivot point. So the thing is, I want a little bit more. I'm going to go just a little bit more. I'm going to go to that next big mark. And that might be perfect because I think right now we're... Yeah. We're going to go to that next big line, and then the next one will make the same. But we'll test fit this. A little bit more, yeah. That might do it. Okay, so I'm going by the edge of this bar here, and by the big line, cut across to that other bar. That's where I'm going to keep her. I think that might be actually perfect. I hope I didn't go too much because I can't get it back. Man, I hope I didn't go too much. Half of me says yes, half of me says no. Half of me says you did right, just fine. Actually, I'm at a little drastic. I'm gonna go see if this fits in the car, guys. I'll be right back. I think I actually got to go more yet, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. Oh gosh, yes. Yes, I gotta go way more. I mean, way more. Not quite a 90. I'd say about a 80, 75, 80 degree angle. Oh gosh. Let's see if that lowers. Yep, I gotta go more. So let's just, I could take an angle finder, I could find it right away. But let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. We gotta go more, way more. So let's get this thing in the bender here. Back the way it was, if we can, hopefully. Edge lined up, line straight up. Perfect. Yeah, we gotta go. I think maybe time we're done 3/4 the way through of this angle. That'd make it what? 45, 55, 65, 70 degree angle maybe, huh? I think. I'd say. Roughly. God, I kind of know what I'm doing. No, if I put an angle finder on there, boom, I'd have it right now, but thanks to me leaving my digital angle finder somewhere, which I think it is underneath that Challenger. When I set the pinion angle on it. Once we figure out this angle here, then we just copy it. And we'll just go by the same line on there because it's got to be mirrored to this bar. Oh, are we okay here? Line straight up, our guideline. That guideline to me is so important, guys. Okay. Now we're just jacking away, not thinking here. So if we went right there before, this is halfway point. Oh no, we went to this one, didn't we? This is the one that I think we followed. What's the halfway point between there and these other ones? I'm counting the edge and everything. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. So we want to go 3 then, right? 1, 2, 3. Boy, that seems kind of drastic to me. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, that even seems drastic. Let's see. We are currently on this one. I know it need to go just a little bit more. A 70-degree angle would be halfway, wouldn't it? Let's just go to the next big one. Let's just do that. We're going to go a little at a time, guys. Then we just got to copy it. That's simple. Right there. Let's go just one more bump. There we go. I'm going to try that. And I will take you guys over there and show you. And once we get the angle figured out, let's get them both bent, and then we'll put the camera over there. It's so hard to move this stuff back and forth, guys. So I hope you understand. So let's pull that up that way. God, it actually looks pretty good. Okay, let's see here once. What we got here? I'm trying to make a judgment call here right now. I'm just... Yeah. I'm thinking a little bit more. Let's go another notch. Let's go another notch. Yeah, we'll go another notch. Where are we at? Let's see, let's get the jack in there and stuff. Okay, we're tight. Okay, we're tight. That's in there, lines up. Okay. So we went to that notch. We're gonna go, we went to this notch here. I'm looking across from bar to bar. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Okay, we're way past it. Let's go to that little one. Too late. Right there. I'm just going to make a mark on that. Put a line this way. That might be the one. I think that's going to be it right there. I really do. So I'm going to go fit this again once and see what we got going here. I hope this is it. I hope I didn't go too far. Got it. Looks right anyway. My instinct is telling me, oh yeah, that's perfect. But I don't know that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be just right. Yeah. Yep, that's what we want to do. So let's make another one. And then guys, I think I'm gonna cancel out the video. And we're gonna make I gotta go make some dinner. Then after dinner I'll go part 2, okay? Hope you understand. I gotta eat. I don't want it sitting there paused all that while or whatever. I don't have this big mixing thing. Okay, so here we go. Let's do it again. Rinse and repeat. Okay. Marker. Oh wait, not the tubing inside. Boy, that would have been a mess. I was like, well, that ain't right. Well, yeah, it ain't right. Dude, wake up. Knock, knock, puddinhead. Okay, line straight up. Tubing at the edge. And all we gotta do is bend it until we get to that T. To the edge here. And it should mirror the other one. It should. I would think. Okay, there's that. Okay. Then we got to figure out where the holes are going to be cut through the package tray. So if a guy don't want the roll bar in there, yeah, you can take it out. And there'll be just 2 holes to the package tray, which you can cover up with a new package tray liner. And then the 4 holes, you can either weld them shut or you can, let's see, we'll put plugs, rubber plugs in them. We're off just a little bit here. Okay. Too much tension already. Okay, there we go. There's perfectivity. Perfectivity. positivity. Okay, now we gotta bend it until the T comes through there. We got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting out of control here because I'm getting happy. This is almost there. Won't call it done, but then we're gonna start insulating. We got to paint the inside the car a little bit more. Seam seal some more stuff, then we can insulate it. And then we can start looking at windows and glass. And all the welding should be done on it, I would think. What am I doing here? Keeps going backwards on me. Looking good. Okay, we're coming into view. Not quite there yet. Oh, are we there? Oh, God. Oh, man, I just went just a hair too far. Got out of control there, guys. One pump too many, I think. I hope we can fudge that. Okay, so there it is. Oh, now what? Now in the next video, we're gonna put these in and try to tack them in, you know. So, and on the other end, you see our tubing notch, and then our guideline, you know. So far, so good. I'm gonna test this one here. All right, guys. So anyway, we're gonna end this video here. It's an hour long anyway. Now these are the bars that are gonna go, you know, from here, and then they gotta make a sharp bend through that package tree, and then I'm gonna have to add another bar to it. See, right there, it's not legal. It should be a solid bar all the way to the floor. So like I say, but I'll put gussets in there. And like I say, it would never pass NHRA standards, but for streetwise and saving your life, probably, you know, because at the strip you'd roll it at 100 and some miles an hour, and that might not work. It might save you there too, but I can see what they're trying to do. They don't want to take no chances. I get it. So let's leave it. This will be part one with the roll bar install, or show bar. Let's get that right. It's called a show bar. And like I say, it will work, but it has its limitations. So, and sometimes it's better than nothing. I mean, what, should I rip it out and it's not going to do anything? You know? Or should I keep going because it's just going to help? right? I would think it would help. As long as you brace it and stuff and doing right, I think it would help. Anyway, okay, please like and subscribe, guys. Watch for the next video. If you subscribe, you'll get notice of it. Hit the notification bell. And again, I want to say I appreciate it. I've been getting some subscribers. Oh, God, I tell you, I want to shake everybody's hand so bad and say thank you. Because that's what's keeping the channel alive. Otherwise I'm going to have to cancel the channel down. I'm going to shut it down. So, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I really don't. But so subscribe if you can. It really helps out. Okay, we'll talk to you guys in a little while. I'm going to have dinner, and then I'm going to start a new video of us putting we're going to put the holes in the package tray. So somehow we got to make them right. Got to put holes in here. One over there and one over here so the bars can go through. Then they're going to go down to the floor. So, okay, see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Love to all.